Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. As a reminder, my name is Callie, and today I have an activity for you guys. We are doing arts and crafts. So, in theme of this week being fairy tale, we are going to be making DIY prince and princesses crowns. So, here is a little crown that I made that we will be copying. We'll do one a little bit different than this. The design I did on it is kind of random, so you can kind of go whichever direction you want, but this is kind of what it looks like of what we will be making. So to make this, all I used was some paper. I used cardstock paper, but you can use any type of paper you want. You will need some pipe cleaners, scissors, some tape, and then you will need things to decorate it. So for the one I just showed you, for this one, all I used was markers, but I have some of this kind of decorative tape. I'm going to use that on the one I'm showing you today, as well if you have any stickers at home, or if you have any glitter or type of like paint, you could do that as well. But for today, I'm just using some of this tape now that I found and some markers. But to get started, we will just start by drawing out the shape of our crown, and then we will jump right in. So I'll kind of angle you down, try to show you what I'm looking at right here. So I'm just taking my thing of paper and I'm going to rip out one sheet. Alright, so as you can see, I just have one sheet of paper. And my crown isn't that big, so today I will show you two different shapes of crowns that you can make. So I'm just going to fold this in half so I have a good guideline of what I want to do. And then I'm just going to cut this in half. This part isn't really necessary if you're only making one. I'm just doing this so I have two pieces of paper for the two different shapes of crowns. So next, I'm going to take a marker. If you're afraid that you might mess up a little bit, I would recommend taking a pencil, that way you can erase, but I'm just going to be using a marker that I have with me right now. So for the first one, I'm going to kind of do a bigger like king crown shape, so it has more of like the rounded edges, but I will show you what I mean when we get there. So first you want to start out at the bottom, just a straight line, just like that. And then for this one, you kind of work your way up at an angle on both sides. And then once it's like that, then you want to kind of bubble them at the top. So as I said before, mine's not going to be perfect, but this just kind of gives you an example of what I was trying to do. Alright, so next we are just going to cut this out. So you could add anything you else wanted to it. If you didn't want to do this exact shape, you could kind of make it however you would like. So I'm just following that line. And then cutting all the way across on that bottom line that I created right away. Alright, so this is what it looks like. As you can see, I just followed that line, and I left the pink showing because I don't think it really matters that much, as we will be coloring it in anyways. So next for this, all you're going to want to do is start decorating however you would like. So as I said, I'm going to be using this tape, and I'm just going to do a line of it at the bottom, just to kind of give it some decoration. And I kind of overlapped it just because I know that I can just tuck it around to the back. Just like that. And then, because there's some white on the bottom right now, I'm just going to go in, kind of fill that all in so it's all one color. Alright. So as you can see, I just filled in a little bit of color at the bottom, and then you can kind of go whatever direction you want. So what I did for this one is I kind of just did designs everywhere. For this one, I might follow a different type of pattern. One thing that you could put on there is you could put your name. So I'm going to put my name on there. Alright, so I just put my name, and then I'm going to go around and do some other doodles. So you can do things you like. I'll do a flower. Alright, so I did a flower, and then you could also fill in the petals of the flower, different colors. Alright, so I did just a little striped flower over here. I'll do another flower. I'll just do a different shape. So for this one, as you can see, it's a little bit different. I just did some more petals. So just how I did some design on the last one, I'm going to do the same over here, just with the opposite color. But as I said, you can go any direction you want with this. So if you don't want flowers, you obviously don't have to do flowers. if you also want to make your crown kind of look like a certain prince or princess, you could do that as well. So for example, if you really like a Disney princess like Princess Tiana, her colors are normally light green. You could do the entire crown kind of based off of that, or any other princess you like. But so there's my flower. I'm going to kind of fill in that middle portion. Just like that. You could also put, as I put my name above that, you could put like prince or princess. So I'm going to put princess. Alright, so I just put princess above my name. And then I think we will just leave this one like that. So now I will show you the next shape. I take my paper again, and I take my pen, and for this one we're just going to do more of the triangle shape. So again, we start out with that straight line at the bottom, and then you just kind of can take it whichever direction you want. So I'm going to kind of go out at an angle on both ends, and then just like that. You can also put little circles at the top. I know a lot of crowns kind of have that look. Like that. But for now, we will cut this one out, and then I can show you some other designs for decorating. So I'm just following that blue line. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult as I have to follow those circles. Alright, so I followed that all the way around, as you can see here, and now I'm just going to go in and do some different designs. So what I did for the last one, or for this one, the first one that I showed you, I kind of just did designs wherever I like. So we're kind of going to do that today on this one. But basically with this, you can take it any direction that you want. That's the nice part. So in this middle portion of the crown, I just drew a heart. I'm going to fill in the heart. Just like that. you could also just make a few different lines. So I'm just going to kind of make this squiggly at the bottom. Just kind of made a squiggly line. But you can do anything you want. But I'm just going to kind of leave this one blank. And we will move on to doing the base of the crown. So I'm just going to take two pipe cleaners, just because to fit my head I need a little bit longer, but if you're a kiddo, your head is probably a lot smaller than mine. But so to start out, you just want, if you need to, so if you think you need to wrap around your head, you want to connect them. So what I do is I kind of make an X, and then I just intertwine them around each other. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of just disappears after I do that. And then I'll tilt this up for it to fit my head, depending on where you want it. All you want to do is kind of wrap it around your head and make sure it fits. So surprisingly, for me, if I connect it right at the end of this, it fits me pretty well. But obviously, if it doesn't, you are going to have to cut it to size. But so then once it is connected, you want to connect it to your paper crown. So I'll tilt you down again. So you want to lay your crown kind of right on top of your pipe cleaner to see where you want it. You kind of want to center it and then just flip it around. So now what you're looking at is you're looking at the back of your crown, and then you put the pipe cleaner just over it. And then you just want to tape down in several spots. So I'm just going to do kind of one on each end. So as you can see here, I'm just holding that down, and then I place my tape on top. And then you could cut it if you'd like, but I just fold mine over to the other side because it's clear tape, so you can see it. You don't see it very well. And then I'm going to take one more and do the same in the center. But you don't need a lot. This little bit does enough. So now it looks like that. Again, I'm going to kind of wrap it around my head, make sure it fits. And then just how I connected it before, all you're going to want to do is kind of intertwine those around each other. Just like that. So this is the final product. Obviously I could go in with this one and do the same. It's just going to look like that on the front instead. That kind of makes a cool shape. If you overlap them, you could do that if you want. But that is the final product. So as I showed you before, this one, I just did a bunch of different designs and kind of doodled all over it. For this one, I obviously chose to write princess at the top, and then I wrote my name, as well as I drew some flowers. And then lastly for this one, this was like the third shape that you could choose from, and you could design it however you want. But I left this one pretty blank. It also would look pretty cool if you weren't using white paper. If you were using colored paper, it'd be a lot easier to not have to fill up the entire space, as it would already be colored. But you can kind of take it whichever route you would like. But this craft is super easy and super fun. And you basically can use any type of decorations that you have in your house. So as a reminder, I didn't use any of these, but say you have any glitter and glue, or if you have puffy paint, or if you have any stickers or any type of other tape, or anything that you would like to decorate your crown with, you could definitely use that. You could just put that all around wherever you want it. Obviously, if you are using something that needs to take time to dry, you will need to set it aside before you can connect the base of your crown. So you'd have to be a little bit more patient for that, but that's it. I will leave a photo of my finished results in the comment section below, as well as I will leave a list of all the things you need to create this as a reminder. But I will see you guys next week, and I hope you have an awesome day.